Welcome to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. We're sorry about the technical difficulties, but we are back. Apparently I hit a button, and for all of those that know me, you're not surprised that we have our first biff of the day.
And it was a good biff, so go you.
Woohoo! Okay, so I want to say, welcome to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. Today is July 22nd, 2018. And I am here with my lovely, beautiful, talented co-host, Vanilla Swirls.
Oh, thank you. You're going to give me a big head.
Yeah, that's because you're biffless.
It's only because I don't get to be in charge of any buttons.
Oh, well, next week we'll put you in charge of buttons. Okay, as we were saying, we were sorry we missed a couple shows. We were away, and then I got sick. Anyway, so you're allowed. It was, with our contest rules, we're doing the summer giveaway, Christmas in July giveaway. And for those 2 weeks, you can just write into slavenationradio@gmail.com. Tell us why you were devastatingly sad that we were not on the radio. And you're entered to win. You're also entered to win for today by puffing up our egos and telling us what you loved about the show. And we're going to have a big box of goodies.
So many
things for you kinky little perverts out there. Now today it's going to be an exciting, fabulous day as usual. We're going to be reviewing some of the old shows we had, brushing up on some of the topics, and getting reacquainted with those because it's always good to brush up, and we always get questions in, and we do have a question we need to answer later in the show. We're also going to do my absolute favorite, mail call. And we have someone who submitted some mail for us. So we're going to be going over the politeness of emails, and this will give you some ideas on what not to do when emailing someone.
Oh, that good, huh?
Oh, that good. Some not good, some not so good. You'll see. It's going to be very exciting. So we have Christmas in July. I love Christmas. And we picked some of our favorite Christmas songs to play for you. It's exciting.
It makes me all soothed and cool just thinking about it. Because it is hot here today.
Oh, yes.
And you just think about Christmas.
And
it's trying to get the lovely Antique Deb to use her psychic powers to make it snow for the last week.
I've been trying. I've been cooling the weather a little.
Yes.
Yes. Okay, now one of the things about Christmas, and we gave you some of our Christmas ideas for your submissives, for you masters out there, because we're like that. We like to be helpful. And one of my favorite ones was decorating your submissive like a Christmas tree. I like that because you can insert needles all over her body and then hang bulbs on them. Ooh. And then you can string some lights around her and put a topper on her head.
Like a very lovely Christmas tree.
Yes. Isn't that exciting?
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
It's an excellent idea. And you get to torture her a little, and then you have a lovely visual.
It works.
It does. You can even throw some tinsel on there. Good times. Okay, we're always about having a good time.
That we are.
Do you have any further Christmas suggestions?
No, thanks for putting me on the spot.
Oh, you're welcome. You're welcome. But we'll keep coming up with them as we go on with the show. Now, okay, one of the questions I received, and you and I discussed this a little, because we were like, whoa, way out of our area of expertise, was someone was interested in learning about breath play. And as you know, it's like extreme edge play, extremely dangerous. You can maim or kill your partner.
Yes.
It's very technical. I looked into it, and here are my suggestions. Is first, do your homework. Get someone that knows what they're doing to show you. Make sure you have your CPR card. We always suggest that you are up to date on first aid classes and CPR cards. We also suggest that you learn the anatomy of the neck, throat, and head. Because you can crush the larynx. You can deprive them of oxygen to their brain, killing brain cells from what I read up on. Can suffocate them, make them pass out. There's just a variety of things that can go wrong, but so we're very uncomfortable teaching you about this activity. We don't want to engage in it.
Yeah, and we don't want to give advice and
have someone hurt themselves.
Yes.
So our suggestion is find someone that knows what they're doing. Mentors. We like mentors. Take classes on your CPR and your first aid class. Learn the anatomy of the neck, throat, face, head. So, because you have blood vessels, arteries, you can collapse the larynx. You can do, of course, nerve damage if you're pressing in the wrong place too hard. There are so many numerous things that can go wrong. So, find someone that knows what they're doing. It's not us. We often jump into things that we should not.
Not happening this time.
Yep. Not it. We are both nose-goes. So, we're sorry we can't help out with that one more, but it is just,
it's very in-depth, and you need to be very educated on what you're doing.
Oh, yes. And even reading it, I felt like I was all out of air. Like, give me air. Give me air. Because, they put these hoods on, and they blow smoke in them, and they put plastic bags over the head, and choke each other, and dunk each other's head under the water. There's, various...
Very extreme.
Yes. Some of them is just as simple as holding the hand over the mouth and plugging the nose for a few seconds.
Oh, you're freaking me out. I'm claustrophobic.
Okay, we're not putting you in a box and taking the air out. Just throwing that out there.
Oh, it's all good.
Yes, it's all good. Okay, so but we're going to go to a couple songs, because we had our pre-show songs on of all our little favorite weird songs, fun, happy,
little
quirky, and now we have our quirky Christmas songs. Now, we also are going to start it with one of our favorites because Christmas, let's face it, is about Jesus.
Yes, it is.
And if you don't love Jesus, go to hell. And that's one of our favorite songs. And then we have, other ones, and we're going to have the most twisted Christmas. It's the most fattening time of the year. And then we'll be back. And we're going to go into our mail call.
All right.
And you'll know we're coming into mail call because we have our Freak Magnet song on because we are freak magnets.
Yes, we are.
So we will be right back, and we hope you enjoy Christmas.
In
July. Vacation on the beaten path, and you're here with your very own Freak Magnets. So, okay, we've got some very interesting ones, as usual. And we're going to show you how not to initiate emails. So, first of all, I'm going to start with, this one was total troll. Clearly, they did not send it to the wrong email, but they sent me photos and all.
Oh.
It was very nice, and this is from Danny, DANI, 43, YR, year, black, BLK, FEM, FEM. So it's DANI, 43, YR, BLK, FEM. Girl, he wore the butthole out tonight. Laugh out loud. I will not be in tomorrow because I have to nurse this butt back to normal. Thanks for checking on me, and here are the pics you asked for. Call me when you wake up. I did not check on her.
What are the pictures of?
The pictures are of her butthole being worn out.
Oh, nice.
Yes. So, I'll pull those up for you in a little while.
Oh, no, that's alright. I have visual.
You need to see the thing. Okay, well, anyway, so this gem may seem mild, but it was complete with photos. Complete.
They committed.
Committed. And you know damn well. She knows I didn't call her.
Yeah.
And I'm not the wrong person or whatever.
Yeah, total troll.
Yes, just wanted to show me her butt pics. But it was pretty amusing. It doesn't take a lot to amuse me.
Well, you get random, from a stranger. Going, girl, thanks, you wore my butthole out. Thanks for checking on me.
Yeah, it was a good one.
Yeah.
Not the worst we've ever had. Then we have, huge balls, number 4, letter U.
Ooh, big balls. Oh, huge balls.
Huge balls for you. He starts out with, I need to abuse you.
Oh, you should have been all over that.
Well, I did respond. Why? To which he says, I'm very sick, twisted, perverted sadist, and I find you quite attractive.
And then just hop on it.
I did not. I just simply said, that's very kind of you. I am, however, not available. I know, it's hard to resist these type of things.
But he finds you very beautiful.
Yeah, and what happens when he finds the next person he finds attractive?
No, you know that he didn't send that message out to anybody but you.
Oh yeah, he's very sick, twisted, and perverted sadist.
And he saved an insult just for you.
I don't know, but yes. So I need to abuse you is also not a way to start out your emails.
Well, he should have said, hi, I want to abuse you.
Okay, clearly our friend Vanilla Swirls here has been corrupted, and her new etiquette guidelines have been downgraded.
Maybe I'm just jealous because you get all the fun email and I don't.
Well, that's not true, because we did get a matching email.
Yeah, that's true.
Which is coming up next. So now we have our matching email, and this is from Selator, Selator. We'll use the time. Oh, I'm sorry. So, because I did respond, I just can't help myself.
You?
Oh yes.
You just can't help yourself, can you?
I can't. It's just. Hello. I know we're a lot different in age, and that you are DS. I seek a teacher without sexual interest in me. So that is why I wrote you. I require just that, since I think I can learn that way. I will try to explain. I want to discover BDSM and explore my dominant feelings until the point that I am a real dominant, who is capable of holding a DS, anticipating a submissive's needs, and doing what needs to be done. I mean, right now, I might have the desire to know a woman because she has to K a woman because I think that might be spank, I don't know. She has disobeyed the rules, but I feel held back because I don't know if I am doing the right thing, let alone the knowledge a dominant requires to play in and deal with the situation appropriately. So as strange as this request may be, I am wondering if you are interested in talking to me and maybe feel like discussing and helping me. After all, you have been exposed to feelings of sadism and liked it. Example. That must give more than enough knowledge to teach me what to do at certain moments as a dominant and what not. When to let your sub and when to push through to deal out the punishment she deserves and needs. After all, miss, you have the experience and knowledge that is with it to truly dominate a sub. Something I think that was crave, from you. I await your reply and am anxious about the way you think about it. S. Okay, well I thought, okay, I'll talk to this guy and see what's going on. And I said, I'm away, but return tomorrow. Okay, and this is where he lost me. Okay? We'll use the time to think about a good reply.
What? Okay.
I'm thinking, okay, Mr. Bossy, I don't know you, you're asking for help.
Maybe somebody else responded and he's learning quick.
Could be. I'm not sure about what these people are thinking. Okay, now this one we're going to have to discuss a little. Because I'd like to know your thoughts. And I did not answer. Would you do a woman for your male master?
Is that the whole thing?
Yeah, that's the whole thing. I didn't even respond because on my profile I've clearly put I'm not bisexual and I'm not a lesbian. Because I was getting a lot of mail from lesbians and bisexuals, and that's fine if that's their thing, but it's not my thing.
Well, I don't know. I would.
You would?
I would.
Why?
Because, well, I should say I would under the right circumstances. It's not, I don't go with some strange woman I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? There has to be some kind of relationship there. More, hi, how are you? What's your name? Some kind of...
Hi, I want to abuse you.
Yeah, like that.
Oh, okay. But you're not bisexual, right?
I don't know. Let's go with, bi-curious.
Oh, okay.
Look at you all stunned learning things about me you never knew.
Oh, yes. I am stunned.
So...
Excuse me.
Oh, you're excused. Because I have been with a woman before.
Okay.
And I must confess, I do not enjoy munching carpet. That is just not, I don't know.
Well, nowadays shaving's very popular.
Okay, well, I don't like licking linoleum either.
Okay.
Okay, I won't say I don't like it, I'll say I have other favorites.
Do tell.
Other favorites?
Yes.
And you've never been with one?
Maybe.
Maybe. Oh, so I get to divulge all my secrets, but you're just going to be over real quiet?
Okay, we've all been young. Go ahead.
Yeah. Well, there's just something, because, they say that a man's touch and a woman's touch are different, and it's true. Women were, I don't know, they're softer and gentler, and they smell good. So I wouldn't automatically say, no, I'm not doing it.
Uh-huh.
Although, he is your master and, you gotta do what he tells you to do. But for some people, that'd be a hard limit. But for me, that wouldn't.
Fair enough. I'm just not my thing.
And that's totally fine.
Yeah.
Well, because it's not like, I don't go out looking for women.
You could have had that guy at the bar. He looked like a woman.
Oh, that's true. I could have had him. Damn. Someone else probably snatched him up.
Yep. Nice blonde wig and all. Okay, so You're good with that?
Yeah, I would be good with that.
Has it been requested of you?
No.
Okay. Just wondering. I don't think I've ever had that request. I'm trying to think. Well, I'll think about that later.
Well, I will say that I wasn't with a woman in my younger years. This is, we'll say in the last 10 years.
Oh, okay.
So it wasn't.
It's recent.
Yeah, it's recent.
Oh, okay. And you liked it?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I like being on the receiving end more than the giving end. That's just, I don't know. I think mostly it's because I feel awkward and I don't know what I'm doing.
You have an aversion to floors.
Yes. They confuse me.
Well, maybe someone will teach you.
Yeah, maybe.
I'm sure there's a video on YouTube about it. University of YouTube. Probably is. I'm sure you're going to get like 27,000 emails right now. I'll teach you. Okay, so I was curious about that. Then I received from Gango's One.
That's a good name.
Yeah. And he's a young one, too.
How young?
I think he was like 21.
Oh, wow.
22. He was in his 20s. Younger than my son. You're a naughty little girl, Deb. For decades, no limit, and you will get what you deserve, a strict punishment correction.
Ooh.
I'm naughty.
Naughty little girl.
Yes. And you know how bizarre it is to have someone in their 20s calling you a naughty little girl?
Yeah, that just feels weird.
Yeah. Really weird. So, okay, and then we had this one, and this one is just way out of line. And this wasn't to me, this was to Crystal Sides. And you just don't talk to a woman like this. It's just, you're a complete stranger and you think this is appropriate to talk to any woman like this, even if you know her. This is Deep Blue, the number 4, the letter U-I. You have a lot to say for morbid obese. Uneducated hick, for starters. Get a job, and cute, not even close. Thanks for the laugh. Where does a man, or
anyone,
a cad, get off sending this type of email? He should be strung by his wiener.
Yeah.
It's just, and then she attempted to reply, gee, if I'm an uneducated hick, I'd be no threat. And he blocks her. So he sends this garbage out and blocks her because he's not much of a coward. And then he said, she did send a reply and said, are you so insecure that you must go out of your way to insult someone you don't even know? I hope you recover someday. And she hit send and she's still blocked. And she's really upset she doesn't have her journal, so she can't post this nonsense that this jerk is sending.
Yeah.
So, I understand sometimes people need to be told stuff that's not nice and stuff, but when you're just sitting there minding your own business and stuff, you don't need to go out of the way to insult people. If you don't like them, move on.
Your business.
Yeah, because there's plenty of people that find her delightful. And she is perfect for her. And she's a really lovely person.
Mm-hmm.
And really cute, too. So this guy was a real jerk. And I've had those ones, too.
Yeah, call you names.
And old.
Yeah. Your face was so cute right there.
Oh, thank you. So, if you're going to send emails out, the correct way is to introduce yourself. Tell them you have an interest in them. You'd like to get to know them. You found their profile interesting. Have something nice, positive to say. If you're not interested, move along.
Yeah, no reason to stop by, leave some insults, and then mosey. And especially the whole talk smack and blocker. You know.
Yeah, at least let her get something back in. But that happens. Yeah, I've gotten some of those emails too.
Yeah, but why pick the fight and then go tell your mom? You know what I mean?
Because we're 5.
Yeah.
I mean, that's more like junior high nonsense.
8th grade.
8th grade. So why don't we go back to some Christmas music, because we love Christmas a lot. And then we'll come back.
What?
Okay, first we're going to start with Carol of the Bartenders. And then we're going to go with, my favorite, Fist Me This Christmas.
That is a classic.
It is a classic. And then we're going to have Dirty Santa Christmas. So, yes, leave it to Slave Nation to perv up your Christmas.
That's right. Christmas in July.
That's
Still
right.
Corrupted.
And I would buy your Crisco now because it's probably cheaper than at Christmas time.
Oh, that's true. They jack up the price.
They do because they know what people are doing. And we'll be back. Slave Nation on the beaten path. Before we get going, because we have a couple of bi-curious questions for you.
Oh, okay.
I want to thank One Rule Supersedes, and y'all can go to OneRuleSupersedes.com. Slave Nation now has a blog there, and you can learn all things Slave Nation. Yes, keep up on the know. Okay, first, before I ask Ronus' question, I want to ask, have you always been bi-curious?
I don't think so much when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in your teens and early 20s. It's something that, you know, kind of developed as I got older.
Oh, okay. Fair enough. Now, here's Ronus' question. It starts out with, he dated a bi-curious girl. And like you, she did not like eating. But what she did like to do was lots of boob play and rub fingers on each other. So it's not all about oral. Is that more to your liking?
Yeah, that's more to my liking. It was, because I did receive oral, but even that felt, I don't know.
Did she not know what she was doing?
I don't know. It was so much she didn't know what she was doing, or it was so much that she wasn't a man. I don't know. And it's kind of hard to explain.
Okay.
But it was more of a, you know, the touching, the caressing, you know, fingering.
The closeness?
Yeah.
Okay. So, now do you think, okay, see, now you just opened up, can of worms.
Can of worms.
Yes. Do you think as your curiousness grows, like either, okay, are you going to decide either you like it, you don't like it? I mean, do you think there'll come a point where you do like the oral, you'll progress, or you'll either say this is not for me?
Well, I don't know. I can't say for sure because it's not something I'm actively seeking.
Mm-hmm.
So I have no plans to do it in the near future, or it's just something that came up. So I don't know if I would practice my oral skills or not.
Okay, but what about oral? Do you think you might like oral on you more as you progress?
Yeah, maybe, because maybe as I get more comfortable, because, you know, it's the whole taboo that's against, you know, which there's nothing taboo in Slave Nation.
Yeah.
Well,
yeah, there is.
Things.
There
yeah,
is.
a few things. But, growing up, it was the whole, you know, that's not okay.
Yeah.
So maybe as I get more comfortable, more used to it, then it would be better. It won't be so awkward. Because it's still kind of awkward.
Well, okay, I can see where it'd be awkward. Because, well, it's a new experience.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, okay, what kind of women are you attracted to?
I don't think there's any particular, like, a type of woman.
Mm-hmm.
Like, blonde hair, blue eyes, I'm more of a personality kind of person.
Mm-hmm.
If I like your personality, I find you attractive.
Makes sense.
Because there's people who are, quote unquote good looking that are assholes. And that's just a huge turn. So it just depends on the woman.
Okay, fair enough. Have I grilled you enough?
Oh, you can grill me all you want to. I might not have the answers, but I'll try.
Oh, okay. So now we're going to discuss, the first week we were away from our show, we were at a camp out.
Yes.
That was a kink camp out, and we want to throw a big shout out to Paula. Thank you for hosting it.
Go Paula.
Yeah.
Go Paula.
She was delightful. We met a lot of nice people. We had an itty bitty tent.
Yeah.
And we're going to be throwing some pictures up on Fat because her cousin thinks he's a funny man.
Yeah, he's an old asshole. I asked him if he had a small 2-man tent we could borrow. He gave us a half-man tent.
I think he gave us Barbie Dreamhouse tent.
That's it. But we toughed it out that first night and slept in it.
We did. Next night, we slept in the car.
Yeah.
But there was a
cougar
loose. It wasn't us.
No, it was a real life one.
Yeah. So we did that. We met lots of nice people. It was very, very cold. They did have a dungeon set up, but it was cold.
It was a little chilly. Not so bad during the day, but at nighttime it was cold.
Yeah, it was really cold. I was freezing.
Yeah, and then it was fire season, so we didn't get a very good campfire.
Yes.
We were all huddled around the cold. Like the location. Uh-huh. It was like in a big field behind Paul's house.
Yes.
And it was very secluded. You could do what you want to do and not have to worry about other people seeing or
complaining.
Yeah, complaining that we're a bunch of perverts.
But they're probably perverts too. I think that's why most people live out in the country.
Yeah. Off the grid, do what they want.
That's right.
Find neighbors.
That's right. So that was our experience. It was, just, we got there late Friday night. It was Saturday, and then Sunday we were on our way home.
Yeah.
So we had planned to broadcast, but things got a little messed up.
Yeah, I got a little discombobulated, but,
Yeah. But we met a lot of nice people, so that was fun.
Yeah. And I am going to mention that I'm a little disappointed that the suspension didn't work out.
Yes, we were very much looking forward to being suspended.
But maybe there'll be another camp out and we can get suspended then.
That would be nice. So that was happening. It's very simple, very basic. But two of the people that we did meet, Scott and Vicky is Scott's slave, will be joining us, and we're shooting for the 12th of September. No, 12th of July.
No, that's already passed.
12th of August.
One month on the 12th, some month on the 12th.
Yes, so we're shooting for that, and it's kind of tentative because they're not really sure of their schedule right now, but it's looking good. And if not, we will get them here on one Sunday because they're very, very interesting.
Yeah, they're good people.
Yeah, and we really like the dynamics because I think it'll make a good topic because there's a slight age difference.
Mm-hmm.
He's our age and she's 19. So I think it's always interesting when you get something different like that.
Yeah. And I like just the whole general dynamic of the relationship.
Oh, yes.
Because we talked a lot and shared a lot. But we'll save that information for when they come on the show.
Yes, very interesting people. Very down to earth. Very, very much like us, fun. So we had that going on. Now, we're going to kind of be brushing up on some of our old shows, and we're just going to be zipping through them. Zip, 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 zip. Now, one of the things we talked about was slavery improvement. And, slaves being a good slave and all that other stuff. And one of the things that comes up is how can you improve being a slave without a master? Because as you know, single slaves are not a good thing. Unattended slaves are not a good thing. We go wild. We're unorganized.
It's mutiny.
It is mutiny. It's a whole,
It's chaos.
It is chaos. And one of the things you should do, and this one's really hard because you meet a lot of creeps that generally you wouldn't have to deal with, but you do. So one of the things you should do is keep up on minding your manners. Much easier said than done.
Yes.
And I know someone who struggles with that.
Oh, I wonder who it could be.
Me. Well, I mean, you met some of the people we come across.
Yeah, some of them are
Jerks.
Yeah, I was trying to think of a nice word that meant prick, but jerk will work.
Some of them are big peepees. They're just jerks, and they just...
Yeah, like some of the ones that, were mentioned during mail call.
Yeah, it's just inappropriate. And then you might just have a problem keeping my mouth shut.
Yeah, he kind of uppy. But I like it that way.
Thank you. I've heard. Another thing we should do is keep a schedule.
Well, schedules are good for everybody,
Yeah.
Even if you're not, a slave. But if you are a slave, then you have a schedule and it keeps you functioning, keeps you regular. Every day this is what's going to happen.
Yes. Well, it also keeps you in a good mindset because you will be put on a schedule.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's
It's coming eventually. You will find a master and he's going to put you on a schedule.
And anyone who knows me I am off schedule. I mean, I was on schedule, but somehow my schedule is so messed up right now.
Yeah.
So.
Maybe it's something in the air because my schedule's off too. You know that. We met in the hallway at 3:30 this morning.
Yeah.
Scared the crap out of each other.
Then had a nice little visit. So a good schedule, even you can start out small, like, let's say laundry day, Wednesdays. Every Wednesday at noon is laundry time. And that kind of keeps you in the mindset of, I will have a schedule, I will have tasks, I will have duties, different things like that.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Yes. Another thing you should do is you should take care of yourself so you'll be able to serve well. And this is, and I know I am like so bad at this because yesterday I think I did eat yesterday and I had French fries,
and
pickles, and marshmallows.
Yeah.
So.
That's healthy. She makes up her own food groups and her own food pyramid.
Okay. Pickles are 0 calories. I will never figure this one out. Ever. How a pickle can be 0 calories. But it is. It says so on the jar.
Yep, jars don't lie.
Well, I'm sure they do, but I'm going with they are. So.
Yeah, but you should take care of your mind, your body, your soul.
Yes. Because you want to be in the best shape possible. You want to be as healthy as possible. And as pleasing as possible.
Yeah.
So.
And you got to be mentally prepared too.
Yes. And this helps keep you on track. You should also practice skills that may be needed to serve your master.
Such as?
Cooking.
Cooking? You need to practice cooking?
Yes.
You need those French fries. They didn't just mystically appear.
Yes, and I did open the jar all by myself.
Yeah.
So no, you should practice your cooking skills. Because, well, and this is all from the slave's point of view and whatever. Men like to eat food.
Yeah.
They like to eat it a lot.
And they expect it every day. Go figure.
Sometimes more than once.
What?
Yes. So, I mean, you should, and generally they're pretty basic on their eating. I mean, you just throw a slab of meat, a potato, and some vegetables and you're good. But there's also, a sandwich is just not a sandwich.
What is it?
Well, I mean, okay, you and I will make a sandwich.
Oh yeah, but that's different than you make a sandwich for yourself and the layers of love you put on for your master.
Yes, because like the other day I made a tomato and lettuce sandwich. And it was delicious. But I don't think any master I get is going to want a tomato and lettuce sandwich. He's going to look at me like I'm crazy. Which, okay, this is not far from the truth. She's just looking at me like, you are crazy.
We are crazy. We have paperwork.
But, so, your cooking skills. You want to have, and you also want your meals to not only be delicious, but visually pleasing.
And have some kind of nutritional value.
Yes.
To keep your master in good health too.
Cleaning. You should practice your cleaning skills. Because master likes to clean the house.
So?
And a clean slave.
Well, some masters can be very meticulous too when they like that toothbrush effect of, get in there, scrub it, do it all.
Yeah.
And some are more lenient and, wipe up the big spots and you're fine. But, it depends on the dynamic and what he wants. And
yeah, but I mean, if you just keep up on these things and you have your normal schedule, where the scheduling comes in, cooking at this time, cleaning at this time, and then organizing too. And this is just things to help you keep on target because once you get that master, he'll tell you what he wants.
Yeah.
I mean,
it just helps you stay in that mindset of.
Yes. Which brings us to our next thing, and this one is, just sets me over the edge. Be flexible and adaptable.
Yeah. That's a little hard for you.
Well, I'm just not good with change. I'm just not.
Yeah, it's just part of your personality. It's not a flaw. It's just, some people can go with the flow and, if it changes every day, then that's fine. But you're not like that. It throws you off your game.
It does.
It's not that you're being unreasonable and, a big old honking bitch. It's just that it throws you off your game and messes with your mind and it takes you a while to get back in the new groove.
Uh-huh.
And then you're wondering, when are you going to change it up again?
Well, it creates a stressful, but, so one of the ways you can do that is put yourself in different situations that are kind of out of your comfort zone. So like, when they changed the menu at my favorite restaurant, I struggled to go back for quite some time.
This is a true story.
It is a true story. No one's doubting it. They've all heard me.
And this is her favorite restaurant. Well, they'll just make whatever she wants. If she wanted the tomato lettuce sandwich, they would have just made it for her.
It's true. That's why it's my favorite restaurant.
Yeah, but see, they changed the menu that you don't even eat off of and threw you off your game.
It did. Well, I like to read their menu. So for those of you that don't know how crazy, poor Norabelle, she put up with this one when she came to visit. Even though I may know what I want, I still have to read the menu.
And she doesn't even glance at it. She reads it.
I do.
Her 20 minutes to read the menu, and then we always get the same thing. But she has to read the menu.
I do. Because it just makes me feel good.
So flexibility is a little bit.
Yeah, so I need to put myself in a different situation out of my comfort zone. I can do this.
Oh, I have faith in you. I know you can do it.
Yes. And being a slave, you should communicate and be honest.
Oh, honesty is so important.
It is. But, it can be difficult because we all fear being judged and everything. And we're, especially like in this lifestyle and everything, and our kinks all vary and can be very, very different. Where, we look at something and we go, oh, yawn. And other people are looking at it and they're going, oh, you do that?
Yeah, that's true.
So, I mean, it's
Excuse me.
There's a lot of judgment that can take place. Have you ever felt that? Like, oh, I don't want to say I do that.
Yeah, about 10 minutes ago when we were talking about me and my bi-curiousness.
Oh! See, I didn't even think anything of it.
Yeah, but there's always that little voice in the back of the mind going, what are you going to think?
Slap! Pervert. Anyway, so then we have, and we discuss this a lot. And this is like a constant argument that goes over and over and over. And the difference between a submissive and slave and dominant and master.
The chicken egg. Just kidding.
There is no egg. We crushed it.
That's right.
And we've gone over it, and our definition is basically a submissive is part-time on her terms, play parties in the bedroom.
Not 24/7.
Not 24/7, negotiates her limits and everything that's good for her. And a slave finds the master that fits her needs and fits what she can...
Where she can fit under his limits and what he needs.
Yes. And she is 24/7, and it's not just in the bedroom, and he rules all. So that's pretty simple. And it's just the opposite for the masters. Dominance. So, and it's up to the two individuals involved to decide who and what they are. So, keep up on your chores and schedules and self-maintenance. Try to be the best you can be. So when you find that master,
You're at least a little prepared.
And he'll treasure you forever.
Oh, of course.
So that's our review on being a good slave. So now, shall we go to some more,
lovely Christmas music?
Yes! We are going to go with Dirty Sleigh Bell Song, Do the Santa Baby, and Flu Ride.
Flu Ride.
Flu Ride. And we'll be back with Slave Nation in a minute. Back to Slave Nation on the beaten path. Woohoo! Anyway, so we're going to go to the first aid and health in one of our reviews. It's always something important, and there are so many different things to go over. There's, first of all, your masters and slaves' health. If you're going to be playing, want to help out here? She's just looking at me in wonderment. In wonderment.
Listening. If you're going to be playing, then you need to be up to date on first aid CPR. Things could always go wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And that's with any kind of play that you're doing. If you're doing like wax play, you could get a burn. We went over the whole breath play thing, which is extremely dangerous.
Yes.
You should have, your first aid CPR. And then, like your little...
First aid kit.
Yeah, little first aid kit. Don't forget that trauma
shears
in there. Because, sometimes it's way too time consuming to get someone out of a rope tie. If something does go wrong,
Yes.
then you can just cut them out.
Also, you want to check, and they always say check with your sub on health issues. Heart problems, diabetes, circulation issues, joint issues, any medical issues that are going on. Do they have seizures? All these things are important during play, but it's also important for the submissive slave to know if the dominant has any issues. Allergies are also important to have because you don't know, you go to play parties, the dominant or the slave, the submissive, they might eat something that gives them an allergy and they're both sitting there, looking at each other like, what? These are things to be prepared for. Do they have asthma, breathing issues, seizures, things to watch for, if they get overstimulated, this might cause them to have a seizure. This way you're prepared to help them through it. Are they diabetic? If they start, their blood sugar drops or whatever is going on, you know how to handle it. You know where they keep their insulin or their candies or whatever they need, allergy tabs or their EpiPen if they have allergies. All these things are important. If they have a heart issue where they keep their, whatever it is they take, what is it, glycerin?
Mm-hmm. Nitroglycerin.
Nitroglycerin. So it's really important to not only know the submissive's health, but the dominant's as well. And then, that goes in with it if they have STDs as well. You want to have your supply of condoms, your dental dams. Remember, it's always water-based lube with these things. You don't want to store condoms. I don't know how many people since we had the condom show I've talked to, and they're like packing a condom in their wallet. And I tell them, that condom's useless now. Yeah. You might as well just not wear one. So your condom needs to be in a safe place, not just thrown in your purse, surrounded by a box with protection so it doesn't get smashed, it doesn't get worn out. Never 2 condoms at once, and always a water-based lube with your condoms.
Very well covered.
Thank you. And lambskin protects against pregnancy, but not disease. Right?
That's true.
Yes.
Learned that on the condom show.
Yes, that was one of my favorites.
Yep, that was a good one.
Yes. And who knew?
Yeah.
So you need to know the health and stuff. Have your safety kit to gauze, band-aids, shears, smelling salts, burn ointment, alcohol, gloves, tourniquet, ice pack, blanket, antibacterial ointment, and extra keys.
Yes.
In case you cuff them and you forget them at home. Because you don't want to be the silly dominant that has to take his slave home in handcuffs. Because we'll laugh at you.
Yeah, we will laugh. We will mock you.
Yeah.
Probably not to your face, because, that'd be inconsiderate, that would be disrespectful. But...
Behind your back? Sure.
Yeah.
So,
and there's a wide range of things to put in a first aid kit, and but it's better to cover all your bases, better safe than sorry.
Yep.
And depending on the type of play you're into, then you're going to know better
what you
to
need.
Put into your first aid kit.
Yeah, but you never know. You might, once you go there might be a demonstration on, and you might want to try it.
Yeah, so always be prepared.
Be prepared, yes. Like a Boy Scout. And then, of course, take your toy cleaners with you. That way, once you're done, you can wipe them down, after the aftercare, whatever. You don't have to worry about it when you get home. Clean them up, throw them in your bag, you're good to go next time.
Yep.
And we seriously suggest if you are playing with multiple people, buy them their own toys.
Yeah, don't do sharesies on toys.
Yeah, don't be cheap. I mean, what are your thoughts on that?
I think that,
I mean, like handcuffs, sure.
yeah, but anything that's going to be inserted or touched on the body, like, go with like a dildo, a vibrator,
Yeah.
Nipple clamps.
Strap on.
Yeah.
Well, I think the nipple clamps, it's kind of iffy there, but nipple clamps aren't that much.
Yeah. Well, no, nipple clamps, depending on what kind you use, and they might break the skin.
Yeah.
I think it's just better to have everybody have their own set of, these are yours, these are yours. That they're not cross-contamination, In my particular opinion, I think it's just gross.
I hear you.
It's just nasty to know that,
Well, then you're sitting there thinking, what, I'm not worth a new vibrator?
No, that's true. You can look at it that way. I can see where you're coming from on that.
Yeah.
Because, I don't know. Maybe they should think about it, from the male perspective. What they want, things double used on them. Not that men, the dominants usually go that route. But it's just common courtesy.
Yeah. So, that is our first aid wrap up.
Always be prepared.
Always be prepared. And we're really, I guess today we're really stressing, get the first aid course.
Yeah.
Do the CPR. Even if you don't use it, you never know. You might be out and
you can help a stranger.
Yes. Although, I don't know, some strangers I don't like.
How can you not like them? They're strangers.
Really? Remember the strangers in the van?
No.
That were all irate?
The ones that you tried to get out of the car and go beat up?
I wasn't going to beat up. I was simply going to give them a few words. They were rubbing their finger across their throat. They deserved a good talking to.
All the more reason to stay in the car, you lunatic.
They don't scare me.
Nothing scares you.
Except for the dark. And wind chimes and balloons. Why have any normal, rational fears?
Because that wouldn't be any fun.
Definitely not. So, now we're going to move on. We'll hit it. Head of Households, 50s style. Taken in Hand. Was another show we did.
Yeah. And that's just more like, well, I shouldn't say more like. In my opinion, that is like, Leave It to Beaver. When the man is in charge, the woman stays home, takes care of the house and the kids, and the man goes out and works and takes care of the finances, and he also guides the family, the wife and, any children.
Yeah. He's in charge, he leads, he, sets the pace.
Yeah.
Makes the rules.
And his wife, his wife follows.
Yeah.
And there's...
Very traditional.
Yeah, very traditional. I don't think there's a lot of back and forth on, who has what role. Yeah. And I don't know, correct me if I'm wrong, but,
Wrong.
Oh,
no,
right.
Go ahead.
It's usually the man who goes out, and, he's the leader.
Yes.
Very seldom it's the woman that's the leader. And the man stays home.
Yes, but there are female-led relationships.
Yes, there are.
So, but we're talking about female slaves' point of view.
I know.
Well, although some female slaves are lesbians and bisexuals and do have female dominance. So, but we're not talking about that right now. Maybe another show. Maybe when you explore some more.
We need you to explore.
Negative.
Nose goes.
Our nose goes to you. Okay, so And this is, and we sent this out here before. If there's anyone that lives in the reverse, we'd love to hear from you and have you on our show.
Mm-hmm.
It's, so this is pretty straightforward. It's traditional. The man's in charge fully. He sets the rules. And if you even if you looked on shows back like I Love Lucy, she got a spanking a few times from the kids. She was a bad girl. Sometimes. Well, she was mainly I wouldn't say she was really bad. She just got herself into situations.
Situations she never should have got herself in.
Yeah.
Her and that rascal old Ethel.
But they had fun. So, but he put her back on track.
Yes, he did.
And that's one of the great things about, a DS relationship too, is the man corrects the situation. If there's something that's been done wrong, and we'll get into that with punishments and stuff, but it's always corrected. And so, this is pretty basic to this point. But there are people that take it to extremes too. And I've read where, there was this couple living Victorian style.
In their actual life.
In their actual life, they had actually modified their home to be Victorian, and they used lamps, oil lamps, and they dressed Victorian style. They rode bicycles. They, I do believe they had indoor plumbing, which I would not give up.
That's a hard limit, huh?
That's a hard limit. No indoor plumbing. But they lived as much as possible the Victorian style.
That's true dedication right there.
Yeah, it was very, very interesting. But again, the man was in charge. He went out, and the woman took care of the home. And it was very interesting.
I'll have to look that up.
Yeah, I'll have to find that for you. Okay, how about some more Christmas songs, and then we'll be back. Yes?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were just talking in general.
No, I was talking to you.
I was trying to get something out of my eye.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to go with Billy Idol, Yelling at the Christmas Tree. And then we're going to go with Parking Spaces and Wreck the Malls.
Sounds good.
And we'll be back. Back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. And we want to remind you, don't forget to get your contest entries in. Tell us what you like about today's show, and tell us why you were so devastatedly sad about the 2 shows we missed, and then you'll have 3, entries in. And we just like our egos fluffed. We'll pay for it. Yeah. And then you're entered, and you just send that into slavenationradio@gmail.com. And then we pick the drawing in September.
That's right.
And it's going to be lots of fun. So, now we're going on, and then we're just going over things that we went over in past shows, brushing through them real quick, and then on to the next topic. Now, one of the things we discussed was damaged sub-slaves and the dominant's responsibility not to leave them that way at the end of a relationship.
Well, I think that that doesn't even just go for, relationships in this lifestyle. That's a relationship in general.
Well, it should be the relationship in general, but I think the general population, there's some pretty nasty splits.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think it's more concentrated on in the lifestyle to
nurture and make sure each other is okay.
Yes. And one of those things is when you're finished with your sub-slave, for whatever reason it just doesn't work out, or you do have a responsibility to, as much as possible, look after her well-being, make sure she gets resettled, You know, because generally the slave will go live with the master. Or they're living together. So you need to make sure she's in a safe place. She's not left destitute. You know, get her set up so she can continue on with her life.
Yeah, you can't just boot her out into the street and tell her to hit the road.
Yes. And also, I mean, it's devastating to lose your master. So, you know, checking up, kind of doing your best to make sure she can make the transition. Or he, whatever the case may be. And that's not to say it's not hard on masters, but generally they're not only stronger physically, but mentally, and they wouldn't be dominant if they were weak. And it is hard on them to lose a slave, but they generally just seem to be better functioning.
Yeah, that's true. They don't cry into a tub of ice cream.
Why are you ruining the ice cream with your tears?
I don't know. I'm bad.
You need a spanking.
Not from you.
Well, that's okay. I wasn't going to give you one anyway.
No, you liar.
I would hurt my hand.
On my flabby butt.
That's not flabby.
Okay, anyway.
Okay, yeah, you're getting us off topic, and then I'm the one that gets in trouble for it.
Yeah, it's all me.
Okay,
anyway, so I think you do have a responsibility to, I'm not going to say, you know, master to your slave, you know, you have a responsibility to each other to make sure that you're okay.
Yes. And if possible, you should try to leave on friendly terms and really see that the other one can get through.
Yeah, make sure you're both okay.
Yeah, it is difficult. But then, you know, if the slave goes off the deep end, she may not know you're there anyway. So there's always that. You have anything else to add about things that can help the transition?
I think communication helps a lot. You know, especially the longer they've been together and the more comfortable they are with each other. You know, they can say, you know, this is how I'm feeling. And the other person can give the feedback of, okay, I hear you. What can I do to help?
Yeah. But sometimes, you know, it is a bad split and they just want to split. So that's where it just comes to making sure each person can go their own way, be set up where they can function in life if, you know, financially they have a place to live. They're, you know, not left destitute.
At least give them a bus ticket.
Yes, which ties into, you know, slaves' finances and stuff, and we talked about that responsibility that she should be taken care of, that there should be something for whatever disaster comes across.
Yeah. In case something unfortunate happens to the master.
Yes.
And the slave is taken care
of. Mm-hmm. So all our words of wisdom. And now we're going to switch it up. And this has always been a popular topic. Because for men and women is edging.
Which you have practiced.
Yes, I have practiced.
Because I don't have any personal experience with it.
Yeah, it's just, I can't say it was really for me. I guess I'm kind of like a man, let's get in there, let's get it done.
So, get it, hit it, and move on, huh?
Yes, not, let's draw this out for a week or a month or days.
Okay, but after you drew it out for so long, did you have a more satisfying orgasm, or was it just, the old run of the mill.
It was more intense. Was it worth all my time I invested? Probably not.
And I believe you did this for a week.
Yes. So, I just remember I was just like, oh, let's get this over with. It's time. It's time.
Time.
Yes, and it was just like, because you get right there and you stop. And then you build it up and you stop. Build it up and stop. Build it up and stop.
And then on the female side, it's just for a more intense orgasm.
Yes. I was on the female side.
I know. I was going. On the male side, it also comes, can make a more intense orgasm, but it also leads to
Length and girth.
Yeah, length and girth. Thank you. It can lengthen your penis and make it wider.
Yes. And it also helps them for when they're having sex to have more stamina. Go for longer periods of time and
not have to think about baseball.
I don't understand that.
You don't understand that? No one ever told you that?
No.
Really?
Yes. Please explain this baseball theory.
That's not a theory. It's just it's like a running joke kind of a thing. I don't know any men who actually do this, but when you're having sex and then you want to make it last longer, then you start thinking about baseball. You put your mind on something else.
Oh. I never heard that.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh. Interesting. See? The things you learn on Slave Nation. Baseball.
Yeah.
No wonder men like sports.
I don't know.
I always wonder about that. Anyway, so with men it's to create stamina and they can lengthen, cause their penis to lengthen and girth, and there's a whole bunch of excellent things that can happen to them. And it increases the intensity of their orgasm. For women, it just annoys them. Not really. I know there's many women out there that like the edging.
Yeah, but for one particular woman in this room, it was annoying as hell.
It was. It was. Well, it's like, let's get it over with already. Let's just get to it. Because you can have another orgasm after.
Well, that's true.
And then another.
Yeah, and with the edging, men can have multiple orgasms.
Yes, they can. They can, and stay hard.
Yep.
So that's good news. And we gave the website for this because it was on the Gel Queen, JELQUING. Anyway, if you go to our FET page, we have the Gel Queen site, and it will help the men with all this good stuff.
Stamina, length, girth, multiple orgasms.
Yes, it was really fun. And then there's 10 steps to it and everything, and you gotta make sure you don't get, and I kept reading this wrong, porn, and it's PONR, the point of no return. Which could be porn. So.
Yeah, that's true.
All good times. Okay, and so Ronus is going off. Get on her knees and take care of his hard head. But it's master choice on whether you get to come. It can be a control thing. For men who has problems with premature ejaculation problems, then try and get their mind on something else. Baseball! To last longer. It is a well-known thing.
Yes, it is.
Yeah, well. Or they can try edging, which helps them learn to not.
And it will take some time to increase your stamina and your length and your girth and all that. It doesn't happen magically overnight like you do at one time. There are steps.
Yes. And to grow to get longer and thicker, it can take up to 2 years. That was a good one.
Yep.
So, to edge or not to edge? Would you ever try the edging?
No. I think I would get bored.
Okay, and also we should mention you can also use sex toys, vibrators. You can use a penis pump, vacuum pump. Also have vacuum pumps for nipples, vaginas, and clits. Yeah. But we also forgot to mention you have to be very careful with the penis head and that little ridge because you can really damage it. So don't go crazy. Stroking, stretching, pulling. It needs to be done slowly, gently, softly, because you can damage the penis. And then you're in big trouble.
Yeah, nobody wants to damage me.
That's true. So, all the things you learn on Slave Nation. Then, let's see. So, we'll go to one more Christmas song?
Sure.
Because I'm digging these Christmas songs. They're so funny. Oh, this one's our favorite. It's one of our favorites.
We have so many favorites. Which one is it?
This is like a traditional, but it's still funny. The hippopotamus.
Oh, I love that.
Yeah, we love this one. So we're going to have a hippopotamus for Christmas. And then we'll be back. Nation on the beach path.
My grandma was and my grandpa was lesbian. That makes me quarter lesbian.
We were having too much fun singing.
Let's try to watch the language.
It's a really good song.
Huh? You lazy ass mother.
Still never got a hippopotamus. So, one of the other topics we had was seduction. I'm not even sure we really have it. It's like in one of our topics. I don't really remember talking about it.
I don't remember talking about it either.
So, one of the questions is, should a slave seduce or simply obey? Is it presumptuous to assume what a master would want? Is seduction a form of manipulation?
I don't think seduction is, excuse me, a form of manipulation per se.
Mm-hmm.
But, the slave could all, be in the mood for a good time.
Mm-hmm.
And, just kind of feeling the master out. She could try to seduce him. And, of course, he could shut her down.
Which would be devastating.
Yeah, but...
It happens.
Because I don't think there's anything wrong with a slave trying to, seduce her master. It'll make him feel wanted.
Yeah.
Make him feel desirable. Then he's not... Okay, depending on their dynamic, he's not the only one who's ever starting it, who is initiating. What do you think?
Well, see, okay, I think, okay, I've never been an initiator.
Like ever?
No.
Okay, like once or twice in your life, yeah.
Well, maybe, but, okay, with, like, Charles, I might have initiated, like, twice. But I've never been, maybe a couple times, but it was never really...
It's not your thing.
It's not my thing. Talking to different masters like I have and stuff, and I've learned it can be a very desirable quality in a slave, which I never really thought about because, I'm pretty traditional. The man pursues, the man leads,
the man initiates.
Yeah. So, I have found it's a desirable quality. And I never really thought about it much either. But, thinking about it, I would say it's only a form of manipulation if you're doing it solely for yourself. You see what I mean? No. Okay, let's just say you just want that orgasm, whatever. But you're not really interested in if your master wants an orgasm or not.
No, you're not interested in his side and how he feels.
Yeah. So that could be a form of manipulation. But I see where, if you're just really desiring, because all slaves, they want their masters. They desire them. I mean, they wouldn't be with their masters. I mean, we love and crave their attention.
Yeah.
Can't get enough of it. So, I see now where it's not a bad thing to try to seduce your master, to let him know how desirable he is.
Well, do you think that will encourage you to initiate more when you get a master?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
That's good. Because there is always that fear of rejection that you're going to get knocked down.
Oh, yes. Which I can't even imagine what men think on that one. I mean, is their stomach constantly in knots? I don't know, but some of these men with the things they come out with, I need to abuse you.
Well, it's high, I need to abuse you.
Oh, sorry. But do they really not expect rejection with that kind of stuff?
That's true.
So yeah, I see where, we should always obey. I mean, although, sometimes you sit there and you go, what? Huh? Like you're dumbfounded. Are you sure?
But you still obey?
Yes. But I also see where it is important for your master to know how desirable he is.
Yeah, everybody wants to feel wanted.
Yes. Especially, your masters put so much into you. They take such care to look after your well-being, with your schedules. A lot of masters watch the diet. They have you exercise. They look at, all these things for your well-being and happiness. And I get that's their thing, they like to control everything. But they should get a little more reward than that.
I totally agree.
So, rock on, masters! So, are you good with initiating?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because if he's not in the mood, then he's not in the mood,
Mm-hmm.
Because sometimes he initiates and I'm not in the mood.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it all has to do with, I'm going to use the word reject, but that's not really what I'm looking for. But we'll just say turn down. It's in the way that you turn them down.
Okay.
You slap your hand to get away from me. Don't touch me, a nasty cootie queen. That's hurtful.
You think?
If I initiate and he's like, well, babe, I'm just tired. I would love to. But I'm just, work was hard, I'm tired. Let's just have a cuddle. And I'm good with that.
Okay, but do you turn him down?
Rarely. Just because it's my womanly duty.
See, now that just sounds, when we say stuff like that, it sounds so sad. It's our duty.
Yeah. Well, I was just, making light of it.
Yeah.
That's part of my role in his life. And I'm going to age myself here because mostly when he gets turned down, it's because my hip hurts.
Oh my gosh. How are your jaws?
That's what, you sound like him.
I figured that one out with men.
Yeah. There's always an extra opening somewhere that's not being used.
Yes. Okay, so, seduction of masters. we say yes. Thumbs up.
Thumbs up.
Show your masters how much you appreciate them. How much you love and adore them and think they're fabulous.
How much you desire.
Yes. And remember, men are extra sensitive about their wieners.
Hey, don't ever say anything derogatory.
Well, no, sometimes you even have to cheerlead it.
Oh, get that big old throbbing thing away from me.
I'm not sure. But, oh, okay, we're going to have to go to another way. And they like to be told how fat. They put a lot of self-worth in their penis.
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Yeah. So, I'm sorry, my dog is being a spaz, so I will be right back. And we got more great Christmas songs. And it shouldn't be long. And then we're going to have more fabulous topics. And we will probably talk about the penis some more. Maybe some vaginas. Maybe some boobs.
Anatomy of the genitalia.
Nice. And we'll be right back.
OneRuleSupersedes.com is proud to announce that they are streaming Beaten Path Radio on their website. And to celebrate, the website is giving away free bumper stickers. That's right, bumper stickers for free. There's a variety of sayings that you can choose from. To get yours, go to OneRuleSupersedes.com/me for free and click on the bumper sticker that you want and then use the coupon code me for free, that's ME, the number 4 and free, at the checkout, and they'll send it to you absolutely free. No tax, no shipping, no gimmicks, and no excuses for not getting yours today. There's a limit of 1 per person, and you have to be 18 years or older. And while you're there, check out their selection of t-shirts that they have on sale. And it's all right here at https://OneRuleSupersedes. That's the number 1, rulesupersedes.com/me for free. Again, that's ME number 4 free /. Get yours today.
Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. And we have more fun topics.
What is next on the list?
Oh, next. Slave positions.
Oh, well, I don't have any experience in this realm, so this will be on you, my dear friend.
Okay, I get the point of slave positions. It's all, part of training. Masters find them aesthetically pleasing. It can be punishment. Because some of them are not pleasant. I have mastered floor.
And what is floor?
You kind of just lay there on the floor, like it says.
I think I could pull that one off.
Yes. I did those for another show, and I journaled them, and I thought I was going to die. This is another topic we need to bring up on our show. BDSM for people who are not youthful.
For the aging.
Yeah, let's say for not youthful.
Okay, for the not youthful.
Some of these things can be very difficult because we're not as flexible as we used to be.
Got a bum hip now.
Joints are aching. They can be very difficult. So you have to, your slave can sit there and fall over while doing one of these.
Need a spotter.
Need a spotter. It's rough. What are your thoughts? I mean, do you see points in doing the position?
Well, I can see them more as a punishment. And not that I did them, but I watched you try to do them. Because there are some that you could do and some that were, I don't know, going to be half proportionist to pull these things off.
True.
And I know that, I wouldn't be able to do it. You know what I mean?
Yes. And for those of you, we have the slave positions on our FET page. And I did each one for 5 minutes a day. For, I think it was a week. Was it a week or 2 weeks? I don't know. It seemed like a year.
It was definitely a year.
Each one seemed like a year every day. It was very difficult. Even just the kneeling is, it's for the young. It's very hard to focus. You're just sitting there going, ow, 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 someone kill me. You're starting off thinking, yeah, I can do this. This is not so bad. Yeah, I can get this. Day 2, not so much.
By the time you get to day 8, you're just like, I'm over it. Wouldn't do this if you didn't make me.
Yeah, it was very stressful, very painful. I don't know. Maybe I'll try them again.
Yeah.
But not today.
No, today you're busy. You're definitely busy today.
Yes. Yes. So, slave positions, and you have to really watch your posture too when you're doing them.
Like how?
Well, because, your back needs to be straight in a lot of them.
Well, I'm not already because I have a natural, I slump. I curl in on myself.
Yeah, it makes it more comfortable. But you have to, put your back straight, put your legs just right. Some of them are kind of squatty. It's just, and then, you're with your hands straight out.
Sounds like you need a chair.
Yeah, it's tough. So, kudos to those who can do them. Yeah, I think I'll try them again.
Yeah, maybe if you build up your stamina. Did you feel like during your time that you were doing this that you got better at them?
Well, I definitely got better at them. If I would have continued, I probably would have be at my best with them.
Mm-hmm.
But they're pretty difficult.
Okay.
Yes. And posture really is the thing because you're just like, there's no backrest, you're on your own. And you do there's some crazy ones. Like you're bent over and your hands are out and it really takes a lot of strength.
It sounds like it.
So if you're a younger slave and starting out, you'd probably do very well. Oh my gosh, I'm an older slave. Okay, on to a new topic. This is for the young ones. Trust.
Very important.
I think it's one of the most important things. It is the most important thing in any relationship, but especially a BDSM one, a master-slave, a DS relationship. Because with a lot of, when you do some of the activities, you are putting your life in your master's hands.
Mm-hmm.
You are trusting him to take care of you, to not damage you physically or emotionally, because you do open up all your thoughts and feelings and even your past experiences and past things that have happened in your life, you throw it all out there. The better he knows you, the better he can not only control you, but care for you. But you're trusting him with all your emotions and everything you are, not to damage that. And it's just huge.
It is huge. It can be hard to build up that level of trust.
Absolutely. And with that, because everyone has their things they don't want to talk about, they don't want to think about, they don't want to relive. But all those those experiences that have happened in your life all got you to where you are now. And so you have to let them know.
Yep.
Especially since a lot of your past things, excuse me, can bring up triggers that might set you off.
Then you're just setting yourself up for failure if you don't share.
Yeah, because he's like, what is this crazy person going off about? So the trust, you have to be able to trust them completely. And it's easier to trust them with getting out, doing knife play, setting you on fire.
Yeah, it's easier to trust physically than emotionally.
Yes, emotionally is where the most damage can be done. So, but if you don't put it out there, you'll never get that fulfilling relationship you want.
Yeah, that's very true.
So, slaves open up and masters don't ridicule.
Yeah.
No matter how funny it is.
Even if they are afraid of balloons and wind chimes.
Oh!
Just saying.
And you're not afraid of anything odd.
I don't think so.
Well,
I'll ponder it.
balloons and wind chimes are just creepy.
I'm afraid of snakes. But that's not creepy. Or that's not odd. They are creepy.
Okay. Well, balloons are creepy too. They smell bad. They make awful noises. They're just icky. Oh.
It's alright, there's no balloons here now. Just saying.
I know, her granddaughter always torments me with a balloon.
So, okay, well she's 3 and she likes them. She likes them a lot and she likes to share.
She does. So, it's a sweet torture. So, to you, what are the most important aspects of a DS, master-slave relationship?
It's just overall?
Overall.
Communication?
Communication, yes.
Trust. My mind just went blank. Communication, trust.
Loyalty.
Yeah. Loyalty. Honesty.
Yes.
You need to get that emotional support back and forth. Not just, the master and the slave both. You can emotionally support each other. Physically trust them, like you were saying, with, your body.
Yes.
Especially with your mind, which can be very hard.
They're the one person you should be able to rely on both ways.
Yeah. And you have to have that reassurance that they're not going to lay you down.
Yes. But it goes with the slave, too. Your master needs to be reassured you're not going to let them down.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the masters do have that, they do worry that their slaves will walk, too. So, or, because some masters have some interesting kinks, and they worry that those will scare their slave away. So you have to also be sensitive to their thoughts and their needs and their wants and desires and not ridicule them either.
Oh, of course not.
So, well, yes, but, sometimes it's overlooked. And, the poor masters, they get overlooked because they're generally the caretakers. And I think their feelings get overlooked a lot.
Yeah, because everybody sees them as tough, rugged, manly men.
Strong, confident, Putin-esque.
Putin-esque.
It's a word.
I know it's a word.
Very good one.
Yes, someday Putin will come for you. I'm very sure of it.
To him in the KGB. So, yes, okay, so we have to be sensitive and watch each other's feelings Ronus does not like wind chimes either.
Oh, but does Ronus find them creepy or he just doesn't like the noise they make?
Probably both. I don't know. We'll wait for the answer. Creepy or just the noise? Because they are creepy. They're like dinging in your head.
What's their job to ding?
Yes, but it's a creepy ding. So we have all that going on. So I think we should do a further topic on how to care for your master. What are your thoughts on that one?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Because we always focus on
Slaves.
yes, but slaves do have quite a bit of responsibility to the masters other than, cooking, cleaning, being obedient, and all that other good stuff.
Yeah, because you're also, I'm not saying in charge, but you're, what's a good word? What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know. Their Girl Friday?
Yeah. You also have some responsibility for their well-being and, their feelings and
happiness and
yeah.
And I think a lot of it gets confused is often the masters get looked upon as just like nymphos, like their only concern
is with sex.
Yes. I've found that masters often they're very soft-hearted. They have a lot of emotions and feelings. More than, a typical vanilla man. They crave that emotional connection as much as the slave.
I can see that.
Yeah. So it's really interesting. So I think we should explore that more.
Let me make a note.
Oh, okay. And let's go to another Christmas. We have so many good Christmas songs. So I'm going to go to another Christmas song, and then we'll be back, and we will have another topic. And we have, did we play? I want to see what it's. Okay, we're going to hang your balls on the Christmas tree and walking around in women's underwear and batteries not included. And we'll be back. And send in your contest entries. Welcome. Oh, did it again. Welcome back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. Okay, so now we have some questions that have been asked. And we'll go through them. Discuss them, and they're good to refresh our minds, keep us in the right mindset, and all that other good stuff. It's kind of like, if you don't have anyone, keeping up with till you find someone. And there's some questions that people were asking. Does a slave give up free will?
No.
I don't think so either. Because you always have that thought, and it's just the will to make the right choice.
Mm-hmm. And that choice is what's right for you and what's right for your master.
Yeah. And generally what's right for your master should turn out to be what's right for you.
Yeah, because, that's how you get together. You
Yes.
mold not mold yourself. He tells you what he wants, what he's into. This is what he expects.
Yeah.
And it's, yes or no, whether or not you agree.
Yeah, whether you can accept his terms. And of course you have to get along on a regular vanilla level too.
Yeah.
So, which people you have these people that are just in a fantasy world thinking they're going to be in a cage 24/7.
I like the cage.
Yeah, cages are nice. I'll give you that. If you're too conflicted, do you have the option of getting out?
Of course.
Yeah, you always have the option to walk away. But it's always best to try to work it out, work through it. Bring the conflict to your master. Bring your problems to your master. That's one of the things he's there for, is to help solve these problems, to help get both of you through whatever issue there is. Agree, disagree, any?
No, I agree. You have to take it.
Yes.
Sorry, my mind just went I just totally had a brain fart. If you have conflict, if you don't bring it to him, then that's not a fair shake to him.
It isn't. So it's not. You need to.
That's why communication is so important. It's so key. You have to take your issues to him and work it out together.
Yes. But you always have to remember, he may not agree with what you're saying. He may not see the conflict.
Yeah, that's true.
And then that's when you have to decide, is this something I can live with or something that's going to destroy me? Which is a sad decision to have to make.
Yeah, that would be.
Does the slave really have all the power?
I'm going 50-50. What are you going?
Oh, I don't think the slave has all the power. I mean, because both are free to walk away at any time. But you have given that power over to your master.
Yeah.
Now it's up to him to take that and not abuse it.
Well, yeah, that's why I'm going to 50-50, because he has to not abuse his power over you. And then you have to adhere to his rules, his limits.
So maybe an 80-20.
But the slave does not have all the power.
Not at all. Definitely not. But she has responsibilities.
Yes.
To see to her master's needs, to follow his instructions, and to go to him when she sees an issue. Now that doesn't mean you're always going to get the response you want. But you have to be grown up enough to take it.
Yep.
Or just throw yourself on the floor and have a big old tantrum. Either one works. No,
No tantrums.
No tantrums. Don't go throw a tantrum on your master and say, but Slave Nation said it was okay. We'll be getting hate mail from masters everywhere.
And we're like, our ego's fluffed, not smushed.
Yes. Okay. I want a slave master dom submissive. I've never had one. How do I get one?
Well, okay, say that again. You want to be a dominant?
No, I want a slave. I want a master. I want a dom. I want a submissive. I've never had one. How do I get one?
Well, I think it's easier now. You know, with like FetLife, things like that.
Yes.
To put yourself out there. Go to some lunches. Go to some events.
Go to seminars. Go to classes. You can. I think it's easier as a slave submissive to not have a dominant master and find one than for someone who says they're a dominant master to find a slave submissive that's never had one. There's a lot of work and a lot of time they need to put in first. You can't just say off the top of my head, I want a slave, I want a submissive.
Because there's a lot of legwork that goes along with that.
Yes. Because as a slave submissive, the dominant will mold you anyway. You know, you just have to know if you can submit to what he wants. And he'll guide you and take you on the journey. But the master and dominant has to know how to get to that place.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot harder for first time dominance than.
Yeah, that's why, I don't know, I think you should get a mentor. Someone to show you the ropes.
Yeah, and mentors are hard to come by.
Yeah.
So, we'd have to look into that mentor thing too.
Making the scribble finger out.
You know, scribble. And then we have, do I need a contract?
No.
You don't need a contract. Is it nice to have everything in writing so you can
Review
it, look at it, because sometimes there's a lot of rules, there's a lot of chores you have during the day, your schedule changes from day to day, so it's nice to have that all written down so you can adhere to it and you don't miss anything.
You can refer back to it.
Yeah.
But they're not legally binding. They're,
not worth the paper they're written on.
Yeah.
But they are a good reference.
They are.
A good starting point, a good, I can live with this, I can't live with that. See if you match. If you mesh,
Yeah,
good things.
Be a good match.
Yeah. I never played before. Where do I start?
With yourself. No, just kidding.
Okay. You're on a roll tonight.
Yeah, it's all downhill
though. Again, munches. Join groups. Get out there, meet people.
Yeah, and that can be the hardest thing to do is, put your face out there and say, I want to play too.
Yeah. I need a friend.
Yeah.
But, generally people are very nice in the community.
Oh, they are.
Yeah, so you find a lot of people. And we went over this one. Do I need separate toys for each person I play with?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, get separate toys. Don't be cheap.
Don't be nasty.
Don't be cheap.
Okay, don't be cheap.
Okay.
Don't so nasty.
Okay. Okay, and we have, this is, how do I train a slave? First, I would start with routine. Give her a schedule. The slave's yours, needs to be molded, taught. So, what are your needs? Do you need coffee every morning? That could be the starter, Each morning you make me coffee. That's how you start. So give her rituals. Give her structure, guidance, routine, and help her through it. Because it takes a while to learn your routine and your structure and your schedule. And, you're going to get things twisted up in a new relationship.
I agree.
So, the slave's yours. It's yours to decide how you want her trained, what you want her to do, what are her tasks, why do you want this slave? Don't make her do slave positions. I'm just teasing. What does a slave get out of all of this?
Comfort, nurturing,
companionship,
guidance, love.
Yes. And I find when you have a master, you feel safe and protected, cared for. And you have a purpose. You have something to do.
You have something to do.
Well, something of importance.
Yeah.
You have a real purpose to serve your master, see to his needs, make him happy.
Which can be a big job. Big responsibility.
Yes, but if you have your needs met too, like you have the structure, you have the guidance, you have the nurturing, and you're cared for, your mind is all cleared up and free, so all you have to do is focus on your master. That's sweet. I'm going to my first play party. Is there anything I should do or not do? Don't touch people.
Don't touch their stuff.
Be polite.
So proud.
Keep your voice down.
Be respectful.
Yes. Treat people how you want to be treated. Unless you want to be beat. Don't walk up and beat someone.
I think it's just the common courtesies of everyday life.
It is, but it's also a little different. I mean, because you may see an instrument you never saw before, and if this is your first party and stuff, you may not know not to touch it.
What's not yours, don't touch it. That's common sense. Ask, can I touch this? Hey, what is that? Can you explain this to
Well,
me?
I know, but I'm sure you've done this, you've been to a person's house, and let's just say they have a really nice bass out. And you go over and you look at it and kind of just rub it. Mm-hmm. And you might say, oh, what a beautiful vase. You see what I mean? Mm-hmm. It's just, you're not trying to be rude. You're just admiring it. Or, oh, this is so interesting. And you just...
Kind of like Grandpa's big hip.
Exactly. For those of you that don't know, my grandfather had a titanium hip in him. Or I think it was titanium. Might have been stainless steel, whatever. But it broke. So we had to go in and get it replaced. And they took it out and he brought it home. Yes, they washed and sanitized it and all that before. So I had Grandpa's hip and it used to go on my coffee table. And people always would pick it up and go, oh my goodness, what is this? I go, that's Grandpa's hip. And they go, oh. It was great fun. But so it's not so much that they're trying to be rude if they're new and stuff, and it's just some object they've never seen before. It's just...
They're drawn to it.
It's just drawn to, and you have that natural thing like...
To touch.
To touch, yeah. So, ask before you touch. And if someone says something, apologize if you do. If you make an error, apologize. There's a lot to be said for apologies and admitting your errors. I mean, I agree with you. It's not yours, don't touch. But sometimes we do.
And you're right, apologies do go a long way.
If they're sincere. Sorry! It's not going to cut it. Sorry. So let's go to another Christmas song and then we'll be right back. Okay, where were we? We were at women's underwear, weren't we?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Oh, and then we're going, I've been women's underwear. I've got a boner for Christmas.
Oh, aren't you lucky?
Yes, thank you. Back to Slave Nation on the Beaten Path. We've had so much fun tonight. Going over old shows and old topics and all things good. We always appreciate. Jeez, and Ronus is back to making his comments.
What says Ronus?
But Deb likes nasty. Only on Tuesdays.
Well, unfortunately, it's Sunday.
Yes. Anyway, we've had so much fun tonight. Thanks, Ronus, for tuning in and joining us. We missed you when you were away. And we want to remind everyone we have a new blog that One Rule Supersede made us. Thank you, OneRuleSupersedes.com. And don't forget to get your free bumper sticker there. It doesn't charge for postage or anything, and they're really cute and you can wear them. Anyway, so our blog's there, you can go sign up for it, and it's all things Slave Nation, and we'll tell you what's coming up, and if we ever have any thoughts in our head, we'll write them down, which sometimes we do. Sometimes. Don't forget to vote for our station if you haven't already voted for it. And don't forget we have our Survey Monkey, we have our Twitter, we have our YouTube. I got kicked off of one of the talks and Reddit. I'm banned.
How'd you get kicked off?
I don't know. I guess they didn't like my post. So, so what else do we have? And we have Tumblr. But we mainly use Twitter and YouTube. and fed.
And don't forget to
In
enter
our
our
blog.
contest.
Yeah, and don't forget to enter our contest. We're really excited. We're gathering items. It's going to be a box of goodies. So, who knows what evil lurks in that box. And we will be back next Sunday with topics. If you have something you want to know about or listen to or talk about or anything, send it in to us. We're always looking for new ideas.
Yep, and we love bringing you the content you want to hear.
Exactly. So we're going to sign out for tonight, and we'll be back next Sunday. Any last words?
Good night.
Would you like to say good night again?
No, that's all right.
Okay. Good night. Thanks for tuning in. Oh. Okay. Are we live on the radio? Can you get me on YouTube? See if we can get me on YouTube. Do you have the Slave Nation channel listed? Needs brighter lipstick. I can see that.
I still have your picture.
Yeah, I think so. That real blurry snapshot. And you gotta see if you can hear anything. Definitely gotta have a better hairdo for this business.
Is there one word or 2 words?
Here, maybe I can. No, it's just YouTube webcam. Maybe if you go to the Slave Nation, let me go to see if I can find the Slave Nation. No, let's see. I need to go to YouTube. Let's see. Oh, I better keep talking. Okay, here we go. And it says live now. Oh my gosh, that's that screenshot. Hold on. You can crack up. Don't be retarded. YouTube not responding now. Real nice.
Did you add anything to it?
I didn't add anything. I'll add something tonight. But I have my last show. There we go. Okay, I'm coming over to Skype.
Dun, 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 dun.
Vanilla Swirls. With her Bernstein bears.
That's the thing. Bernstein bears. Everybody knows that.
It's what?
Bernstein bears.
Steen or Stain?
Who else calls it Bernstein bears?
Bernstein?
Nope.
Berenstain or Stain? Can you go be my viewer?
I'm working on it.
Okay.
Oh, that's a sexy picture here.
I don't take a better video either.
It says live now.
Yeah, hit it.
I am hitting it.
Okay. And then tell me if you can hear anything. Okay. And then tell me if you can hear anything. Sweet. Tell me if you can hear it. Sweet.
It's got a few second delay, but.
Well, I think it's redoing.
Buffering.
Well, I think it's redoing. Well, I think it's redoing. But you could see it, right? wow. Yeah, it is delayed. You're live.
Dun, 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 dun.
So now, okay, go to, okay, can you, so they can tune into YouTube or the radio station now.
It appears so.
Awesome.
Awesome. Awesome.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna end stream. You can type something to me too. See if you can type something. I'm not very TV's glamorous, am I?
Yes, you are. You're too harsh on yourself.
Okay.
That was attractive.
I think I need brighter lipstick. What are your thoughts?
Mm-hmm.
Theater makeup. Oh, no one else is watching this. Oh, there's 2 people watching this. Oh my God, I just made all those funny faces. Oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. Okay. I lost them. Okay.
Can you see my chat?
Yes. Oh. Did you see those faces I was making?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, then that was fun. Okay. We did it.
You're a genius.
As a genius.
Now play some music.
Oh, yes, I should play some music. Here we go. Yeah. To be figured out. But you can hear it on Beaten Path, and they're just going to have a break during the live stream. I will have to do a cue card. Well, because we don't want the music anyway on there, because we can hold the videos there.
Yeah.
And we gotta find different. Oh, that's a bad picture. Okay, but I think we've got it.
Yep.
Okay, end stream. Done. And then we will. I can't believe someone tuned in. I can totally make a video tomorrow. Okay. Oh, this is just us talking. Oh my gosh. Let's end this, baby.